You've got to be kidding me. Commanders Nation, what just happened is absolutely devastating. Our franchise quarterback is hurt, our defense is still a complete mess, and now our rookie class is getting questioned halfway through the season. Thought this season couldn't get any worse? Think again. Because what's coming in this video is going to make you question everything about the future of this team. Stick around till the end, because the last update is going to stay in your head all week. The image no Commanders fan ever wanted to see became reality at Northwest Stadium. Jayden Daniels on the ground, clutching his elbow, with a look of pain that hit every one of us through the screen. And let me ask you this, how many more times do we have to watch our star quarterback go down before someone takes accountability? Because let me tell you something, Commanders Nation, this isn't just another injury. We're talking about an elbow dislocation. A hit that literally sucked the life out of Northwest Stadium the moment it happened. I can still hear the collective gasp from the fans. And the most frustrating part? It happened in the fourth quarter of a game that was already lost to Seattle. And you know what really gets under my skin? Dan Quinn left him in the game when it was already over. We were getting blown out. Why risk your franchise quarterback in that situation? I'll say it straight, that decision was flat out irresponsible. Now, let's talk facts. Daniels wasn't placed on injured reserve, unlike Marshawn Lattimore and Luke McCaffrey. Some optimistic fans took that as a sign he might be back soon. But I think it's more about gathering info before making a final call. Because let's be real, what's he coming back for? To play for a team that's only playing for pride? All signs point to Daniels missing the rest of 2025. And I don't blame anyone who's worried about his future. Durability has been a concern all season. He came out of LSU with those red flags, and now we're seeing exactly why scouts had doubts. But here's a little hope in the middle of all this darkness. Leslie Shepard, former Commanders wide receiver who played 5 seasons with us in the 90s, had the exact same injury. And you know what he said? That it's insanely painful, but Daniels can fully recover with no long-term effects if things go right. Shepard said, word for word, it's an unbearable pain, but it's also something you can bounce back from. He can definitely recover and not have any long-term issues. That gives me some peace of mind, but it doesn't erase the frustration. So now I gotta ask, when are we going to have the real conversation about Jayden's playing style? His explosiveness is what makes him special, his competitive fire is what made us fall in love with him. But that same style is putting him in constant danger. There's no dead play for Jayden Daniels. He fights for every yard, refuses to slide, never throws the ball away when he should. And I respect that, I really do. But I also need my quarterback to be available. What's the point of having the best player if he's always on the sideline hurt? There's gotta be a middle ground. I'm not saying turn him into a pure pocket passer who never runs. But he's got to learn when to live to fight another day. He's got to learn to slide. He's got to learn to throw the ball away. Because if he doesn't, we're going to be having this same conversation every single season. And here's the part that really ticks me off. Quinn had no business keeping him in the game during the final minutes of a full-on beatdown. None. That's the kind of decision that makes you wonder if the coach is really protecting his players. Daniels is a warrior, no one can deny that. He's a competitor who's going to do everything he can to come back healthy. But once he's back, someone in that building needs to sit him down and have a serious talk about how to lower these risks. Because I'll tell you this, if we want Jayden Daniels to be our quarterback for the next 10 years, we've got to make sure he actually gets to those 10 years. And that means making changes now, not after the next injury. Do you think Jayden can adjust his playing style without losing what makes him special? Or are we stuck holding our breath every time he takes off running? If that shocked you, wait till you hear this. Because while Jayden's hurt and our season's falling apart, there's a golden opportunity to fix one of the biggest mistakes we made this year. And that mistake has a name, Mike Sainristil playing in the slot. Remember rookie year Mike Sainristil? I do. That dude was a dog on the outside. Made plays, locked guys down, gave us hope that we finally had a young corner we could trust. And then what did we do? We moved him to the slot. And ever since, it's been a roller coaster of inconsistency. Now, with Marshawn Lattimore out for the season and Trey Amos banged up, the Commanders have the perfect chance to move Sainristil back outside. And I'm telling you, they need to do it now. Not next week. Not next month. Now. Dan Quinn talked about the possibility and mentioned they plan to play more of Jonathan Jones and Noah Igbeneghu too. Quinn said, Jonathan's obviously going to play more. And Noah's got nickel experience inside as well. So having Jonathan here and Mike with flexibility inside and outside is a big deal. But you know what I hear when I hear that? I hear a coach who still isn't fully committed to making the permanent change we need to see. Because this isn't just about flexibility. It's about putting your best player in his best spot. Sainristil has flashed this year, no doubt. He's got 3 picks. But he's also been inconsistent, and Quinn admitted that himself. He said, "I'd say there have been highs and lows. I mean, the big plays, the picks I saw in LA, and the last couple weeks. So that ball-hawking mindset, I love that. But there've also been a couple plays where he tried to do too much, trying to make those plays. And you know what that means? It means he's playing too aggressive for the slot. In the slot, you can't afford to be that aggressive. The space is tighter, the routes are quicker, and one mistake costs you 7 points. But on the outside, that aggression is exactly what you want. On the outside, you can be more physical, play looser, take calculated risks. And that's where Sainristil shined as a rookie. I think moving Sainristil back outside could help him be more disciplined in his aggressive approach. It could put him in position to make big plays without giving up big ones. Because right now, he's stuck in a limbo where he's trying to do too much and ending up doing too little. And here's the part that really gets me hyped. If Sainristil can prove he's an outside corner alongside Amos, then all the defense needs next year is a slot corner. That massively simplifies our needs in free agency and the draft. Because let's be real, we're going to need another corner this offseason anyway. The defense has been a total disaster this year. But if we can lock in Sainristil and Amos as our outside guys for the future, then we only need to fill 1 spot instead of 2 or 3. So now I ask you, why are we waiting so long to make this move? Lattimore's done for the year. Amos is hurt. There's no better time than now to experiment and see if Sainristil can get back to being that guy. This is a perfect evaluation window. We're not playing for the playoffs. We're not playing for a winning record. We're playing to evaluate the roster and see who belongs here long term. And that means putting Sainristil in a spot where he can show his real value. Because I'll tell you this, if we don't make this move now and head into next season with the same questions about Sainristil, we're going to regret it. We're going to regret not giving him the shot to prove he can play outside. And we'll end up wasting draft capital or free agency money on a position we might have already had covered. The Commanders made a mistake moving Sainristil inside. But now they've got the perfect chance to fix it. The question is, will they take it? Do you think Sainristil can get back to his rookie form if he moves back outside? Or is the damage already done? And just when you thought we were done, here comes the part that's really going to make you question the future of this franchise. Because while we're dealing with injuries and defensive breakdowns, it turns out our 2025 rookie class is getting disappointing grades at the halfway point. Dane Brugler from The Athletic, one of the best draft analysts in the game, just dropped his midseason all-rookie team. And guess how many Commanders made the starting lineup? 0. None. Not a single one. Let me say that again so it sinks in. Not one Commanders rookie made Brugler's midseason all-rookie team. And that includes Josh Connolly Jr., our first-round pick. Now before you say I'm being too harsh, hear me out. 2 of our rookies did get honorable mentions, Trey Amos at corner and Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt at running back. And honestly, both of them earned it. Amos has been one of the more consistent players on a very inconsistent defense. He's had his moments, made plays, and shown he belongs at this level. Getting an honorable mention isn't a bad thing, especially when only 2 corners made the actual team. And Krosky-Merritt, as a 7th-round pick getting midseason recognition? That's a straight-up win. That dude has shown real potential in the NFL despite being the last guy taken in his group back in April. But here's the issue. Josh Connolly Jr., our first-rounder, the 7th offensive lineman taken in 2025, didn't even get an honorable mention. And worse, several tackles drafted after him did make the list. So now I ask you, what does that say about our talent evaluation? What does that say about our player development? Because it's one thing for a rookie to take time to adjust. But when guys drafted after you are outplaying you halfway through the season, that's a red flag. And yeah, I get it, Connolly switched from left tackle to right tackle. That's not easy. But it's also not a good enough excuse when you're getting outperformed by players taken after you. Brugler wrote, there's still a lot to learn about this year's rookie class. But taking a pause at the midpoint to reflect on the first half is a good way to see who's been the best at their positions so far. And you know what that tells me? It tells me that when one of the top draft analysts in the game takes a moment to evaluate rookies and none of ours make the cut, we've got a problem. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. Quinn made it clear at the start of Week 10 that his team isn't giving up on this season. And that means there's still time for these rookies to step up and prove their worth. The end of season all-rookie team could look different. It could have more Burgundy and Gold when it's all said and done. But for that to happen, these players need to take a leap in the second half. And here's what really worries me. This rookie class was Adam Peters' first as general manager. This was his chance to put his stamp on the franchise, to show his vision for the future. And halfway through the season, the results aren't what we hoped for. Now, that doesn't mean Peters failed. It's still way too early to judge a draft class. Plenty of great players took time to develop. But when you combine these disappointing grades with all the other issues we're facing this season, it starts to paint a concerning picture. Because I'll tell you this, if we want to compete in the NFC East, we need our draft classes to produce impact players right away. We can't afford 3-year development projects when the Cowboys, Eagles, and Giants are drafting guys who contribute from day one. And speaking of the NFC East, guess who does have rookies on that all-rookie team? Our division rivals. While we're waiting for our guys to develop, theirs are already making plays and winning games. That's what frustrates me. It's not just that our rookies didn't make the list, it's that theirs did. And that means the gap between us and them might be growing instead of shrinking. But here's the thing, there are still 8 games left in the season. There's still time for these players to prove they belong. There's still time for Connolly to show why he was a first-round pick. There's still time for this rookie class to flip the narrative. The question is, will they? Or are we going to reach the end of the season with the same doubts and concerns we have right now? Do you think this rookie class can turn it around in the second half? Or is it already time to start worrying about the 2026 draft? Commanders Nation, we just went through 3 stories that define where this franchise stands right now. The devastating injury to Jaden Daniels that's got us all worried about our quarterback's future. The golden opportunity to fix the Mike Sainristil mistake that we can't afford to waste. And the disappointing grades for our rookie class that make us question the direction of this team. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 situations concerns you the most? Is it Jaden's long-term health? Is it the defense that's still a mess? Or is it the underwhelming development of our rookies? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Because this is a community, this is a family of Commanders fans who bleed Burgundy and Gold. And we need to have these tough conversations if we want this team to get better. If you agree we need to move Sainristil back outside, drop a comment saying Sainristil outside. If you think Jaden needs to change his playing style to protect himself, write protect Jaden. And if you're worried about our rookie class, let me know with a worried about the future. And if you're not subscribed to this channel yet, what are you waiting for? Because I promise you, tomorrow we've got more explosive Commanders news coming your way. And you don't want to miss it. This is the place where Commanders Nation comes together to have the real, unfiltered conversations about our team. Hit that like button if you want more deep dive analysis like this. Share it with other Commanders fans who need to hear these truths. And turn on that notification bell, because when big news breaks about our team, you'll be the first to know. We're a family here, Commanders Nation. And families stick together through the good and the bad. And believe me, these are tough times. But together, we're going to get through this. Together, we're going to watch this team rise back to greatness.